In Landman Season 2, Tommy Norris isn't just running oil fields, he's running a classroom. The difference is his lessons don't come with textbooks or diplomas. They come with consequences. And the deeper we get into this season, the clearer it becomes that every brutal speech, every cold decision, and every calculated move is part of something bigger. Tommy isn't just reacting to chaos. He's teaching people how to survive it. What makes Season 2 so compelling is that Tommy's lessons feel harsher than ever. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. When younger workers make mistakes, he doesn't comfort them. He breaks down exactly why weakness gets people hurt. When executives hesitate, he reminds them that hesitation costs money, and in this industry, money equals control. But if you really pay attention, these moments aren't just about intimidation. They're about shaping the next generation to think the way he thinks. Tommy understands something most characters don't. The oil business isn't just about drilling. It's about pressure. Physical pressure underground. Financial pressure from investors. Political pressure from regulators. And personal pressure from families who don't fully understand the stakes. His brutal lessons are about enduring that pressure without cracking. Every time he humiliates someone for being naive, he's essentially saying, "The world won't go easy on you. So I won't either." There's a scene this season where Tommy explains risk in the most detached way possible. He talks about injuries, lawsuits, and environmental damage like they're line items on a spreadsheet. On the surface, it sounds heartless. But beneath that cold delivery is a philosophy. Emotions cloud judgment. And in his world, cloudy judgment leads to disaster. His lesson isn't don't care. It's don't let caring make you weak. That's the secret meaning behind his brutality. He believes he's preparing people for a system that devours the unprepared. Season 2 also pushes Tommy into situations where control slips, even if just slightly. And that's when his lessons become even harsher. When the industry shifts or competitors push back, Tommy doubles down on discipline. He tightens his circle. He tests loyalty. He reminds everyone that comfort is temporary. These aren't random power plays. They're stress tests. He's constantly evaluating who can handle the weight of the empire and who will crumble under it. One of the most interesting aspects of this season is how his lessons affect the people closest to him. Family, protégés, longtime associates, they all get the same treatment eventually. There's no special protection from reality in Tommy's world. And that reveals something important. He doesn't separate business from personal life because he believes the world doesn't separate them either. If you can't handle the truth in private, you won't survive in public. Another layer to these brutal lessons is fear. Tommy knows fear is a tool. He doesn't explode in anger often. Instead, he lowers his voice. He explains consequences calmly. That calmness forces people to imagine the worst-case scenario on their own. And in doing that, he teaches them to anticipate danger before it arrives. It's psychological conditioning disguised as conversation. But Season 2 also hints at something deeper, almost tragic. The more Tommy teaches these lessons, the more isolated he becomes. When you position yourself as the ultimate realist, you can't afford visible doubt. He rarely admits uncertainty. He rarely shows vulnerability. And that's because doing so would undermine the very lessons he's trying to instill. Strength must look absolute, even if it isn't. There's a recurring theme this season about legacy. Who inherits this mindset? Who carries it forward? Tommy's brutality starts to feel less like cruelty and more like an attempt to build something durable. In his mind, softness doesn't survive generational transfer. Only toughness does. So, he forges toughness through pressure. What's fascinating is that the show doesn't fully condemn him for it. The oil fields are dangerous. The deals are ruthless. The stakes are enormous. And sometimes, the people who ignore Tommy's warnings end up proving him right. That ambiguity is what makes Season 2 so layered. Are his lessons toxic? Or are they necessary for survival in a broken system? The secret meaning behind Tommy Norris' brutal lessons is that he sees himself as a filter. Weakness comes in, strength comes out, or it gets eliminated. He believes the world is already merciless. He's just accelerating the learning curve. In his view, It's better to be hardened by him than shattered by reality. And yet, there's always that lingering question. What does it cost him? Every time he shuts down empathy, every time he prioritizes control over connection, he reinforces his authority, but he chips away at something human. Season 2 subtly shows the toll that kind of leadership takes. The silence after his speeches. The distance in his relationships. The weight in his expression when no one's looking. Tommy Norris isn't just delivering brutal lessons for shock value. He's building a philosophy of survival rooted in dominance, discipline, and emotional restraint. Whether that philosophy ultimately protects his empire or destroys it is the tension driving this season forward. And that's what makes Landman Season 2 so gripping. It's not just about oil rigs and boardrooms. It's about ideology. It's about whether strength without softness can truly last. Tommy believes it can. The question is whether the world around him will prove him wrong or validate everything he's been teaching all along.